Hello, good morning all. Welcome to the department and to new semester of the second year. My name is Jayashree Tambe. I am here to deliver you lectures on Fundamental of Data Structures, that is FDS. This is very first lecture. I can call it as a introductory lecture where I will be taking you through the syllabus, through the course objective, course outcomes, marking scheme and the importance of this particular subject. So let's start with the next slide, teaching and the credit examination scheme. So basically FDS is a theory subject accompanied with the practicals, or we can say lab. So in FDS theory subject, it is a subject of 3 credits, having the mid-semester exam of 30 marks and the end-semester exam of the 70 marks. So total we are having 100 marks for the FDS subject. This kind of pattern you have already studied or you have already experienced in your first year. So next one is data structure lab. So this FDS is accompanied with the lab. So basically I want you people to focus more on the practicals. But anyways, once you will understand theory, then only you can perform the practicals. So both things are equally important. So basically in the data structure lab, it is lab is of 2 credit points accompanied with the 25 marks term work and the 50 marks practical. So altogether 75 marks assigned for the data structures lab. So for term work, we are considering 15 marks from your practicals that you will be performing throughout the semester. After every practical, we are doing your assessment based on your attendance, your conduction means implementation, and your viva and your journal. So based on that, we are doing assessment, and at the end, we are doing averaging to give you marks out of 15 and 10 marks from your test or maybe the assignment. So altogether 15 plus 10, 25 marks are there for the term work. And I think this might be the new for you. In PPS, you were just having the PPS practicals, but nobody was assessing it. It means exam were not carried out. But in the data structures lab, you are having the practical exam and you are getting the marks out of 50 for the practicals. So this is all about the teaching and the credit examination system or the scheme. So now next part is about the prerequisite. Prerequisite, or in other words, what background knowledge is required. So programming and the problem solving, this is the subject of the first year. So I want you people to just review the PPS. Means what is required here in order to perform the data structure practicals. You should have a basic knowledge about the Python, like how you can use for loop, how you can use if statement, if else, switch case. So basically all the control structures, how to execute the Python program, then how to compile it. Basically compilation is not there, but how to execute the Python program. So that knowledge is required for the means in order to perform the data structure practicals. Now next part is importance in the placement interviews. So basically in most of the interviews, questions were asked from the data structure. This is completely analytical subject. So analytical ability or logical ability of every student is different. That will be interviewed in your placement interviews, or that will be checked by the interviewers. So basically, so what I request you people to have a practice of labs also and to take more interest in this particular subject. Next part is course objective and the course outcomes. So basically course objective means what is the aim or what is the motive behind studying this course, and outcome means what is the gain or what is the result of completion of this course. Okay, so this is what is the objective and the outcomes. So we'll discuss course objective first. So very first course objective is to understand the basic techniques of algorithm analysis. Right now, you might not be familiar with the word algorithm analysis. So I'll tell you here in this. When particular algorithm is there, so determination of the space and the time requirement of the algorithm means algorithm analysis. So here in this course, we will discuss or you will understand what are the techniques of doing that analysis. Next one is to understand various algorithmic strategies to approach the problem solution. Right? So here you will understand different strategy. Solution for every problem may not be same, right? So again, a solution is not same, and again according to the solution, the requirement of the time will be different. So basically, we are having the design strategies also, means the way or the steps in which the problems can be solved. So various algorithm design strategies will be discussed or will be understood in this particular course. To understand the memory requirement for various data structures, see, in this course you have different data structures like arrays, linked lists, tag, queue, and the memory requirements means how much memory is required. If I store same amount of data in the array, in the linked list, so memory requirement will not be same. It will vary according to the different data structures. So that will also be understood here in this particular course. To understand various data searching and the sorting methods with pros and the cons. Basically, whatever data searching methods are here or the sorting methods are here, that you are already using in your daily life, right? But here we are discussing the steps, right? So when I am having, let's give me one example. If I am having answer sheets of all the students which are placed in very random order, they are not placed sequentially or according to your roll number. If one of the students will come and ask me that, oh, madam, I just want to check my answer sheet. So just imagine it will be very difficult for me to search for particular record if data is not placed sorted, right? So similarly, we will see how data can be sorted. Different methods are there. Again in the searching also. Searching method may not be same, it will also be different. So all these particular methods will be studied with the pros and the cons or the advantages and the disadvantages in this particular course. Next one is to acquaint with the structural constraints and advantages in the usage of the data. You will also get familiar with the structural means what we can say, limitations and the advantages of usage of the data. So that is also one part of this objective. To understand the standard and the abstract data representation method, in every unit you are having the ADT representation for various data structures. Means for example, array as a ADT or maybe linked list as a ADT or stack as a ADT. So you will understand here what is ADT means, what is abstract representation and what is the standard representation method. To identify the appropriate data structure and algorithm design method for a specified application. For a particular application, you will easily able to identify which data structure is appropriate because you are already studying or you are already understanding all the data structures. So at the end you will be in the position to identify appropriate data structures. You will also able to identify the algorithm design method, which method is best or suitable for your application. So this is what is the course objective. With all these things in mind, you should learn or you should take interest in this particular course. Next part is the course outcomes. So here is the course outcomes of the core of this subject. We can see the outcomes of the course. The first course outcome, total we have 6 course outcomes. Remember, this course outcome means it may be the result of or this may be achieved at the end of the unit, maybe first unit, second unit, or it may be achieved at the end of this subject, right? So first course outcome is to demonstrate a detailed understanding of various data structures like array, linked list, stack and queue by developing the programs. See, after understanding, let's say after understanding this entire course, you will able to demonstrate or we can say differentiate behavior of every data structures, and according to your programs you may select the appropriate one as per the need. Second course outcome, to use appropriate algorithmic strategy for the better efficiency. In one of the course objectives we have already discussed algorithm analysis, memory requirements. So basically time and the space requirement is very important. See, basically efficiency means what? Better efficiency means the algorithm having the which is requiring less time and less memory. So basically you will able to choose appropriate strategy, okay, where the better efficiency will be achieved. So that is also one of the course outcome. Now next one is to summarize data searching and the sorting techniques. Once you will go through all the searching method, all the sorting methods, you will able to summarize. Summarizing means what? Means to decide for small data which one is best, or for the sorted data which one is best or which one is the worst, or what is the time complexity of every algorithm. Time complexity means what? What is the time requirement of every algorithm. So you will able to summarize this once you will go through the course. So basically this you will understand after third unit itself, because once you will understand all sorting methods, you will able to summarize them appropriately. Next course outcome, to discriminate the usage of various structures in approaching the problem solution. So you will able to distinguish or you will able to differentiate various structures, okay, according to your solution. So as I already told, solutions to solution the appropriate selections will vary. Maybe for this for particular solution or for particular problem, array is best. Maybe for the second problem or for second solution, linked list is best. So we will able to discriminate them properly. Now next course outcome is to analyze and use effective and efficient data structures in solving various computer engineering domain problems. So we will easily able to analyze. I already told you analysis means determination of the time, space, then the effectiveness. Okay, so what is my aim basically? I should get the result in less amount of time with the less memory. So here you will able to analyze it properly for your computer engineering problems. Last course outcome is to design the algorithms to solve programming problems, right? So basically once you will go through this particular course, so what you will able to do, you will able to design your own algorithm also. Just remember, in this particular course, you are just understanding all the data structures, the predefined algorithms which are available, right? And once you will understand or once you will practice the thing, you will able to design your own algorithm also. Okay, so this is what is the course outcome. So now next part is about the units. So basically we have total 6 units, which is common syllabus pattern. So basically first unit is introduction to algorithm and the data structure. So it is introductory lecture where we will discuss about the algorithm, then various data structure, basically data structure, there are classification, then design strategy. So all these things will be discussed here in the unit 1. Next one is unit 2. So basically linear data structure using sequential organization. So this is the unit which is completely focusing on array. So we'll see here what is the memory requirement for the array, the types of array, then applications of the array. So all these particular things will be discussed here in the unit 2. Next is unit 3. So here this is unit which is completely based on the various searching and the sorting methods. So like binary search, linear search, and sorting methods like insertion, bubble, selection, to name the few. Next unit is based on the linked list. So we will see here what is the linked list, what is the concept, what are the operations, then what are the different types of linked lists, how the means what we can say application like how polynomial can be stored. See here also we have in array also we have like how polynomial can be stored in the array, or how we can perform different operations. So similarly here also polynomial can be stored in the linked list. How we can perform polynomial addition, then polynomial multiplication. So all these things will be discussed here in this unit. Next one is stack. So here we will understand the concept of stack, various operations on the stack. And basically this unit is mainly focusing on the application. For example, we have application like recursion, then infix to different expression conversion. So this is all about the unit 5. Last unit is the queue. So again we are focusing on one of the data structure like queue, the concept of the queue, various operations on the queue, and the application, or we can say types of the queue. So this is all about the syllabus. If you see here, this is the subject where we are understanding all the data structures, their operations, their applications, right? And in next semester maybe we are having the advanced data structure where we will see the non-linear data structure like tree and graph. So here we are completely focusing on the linear data structures like array, linked list, stack, and queue. So this is all about the syllabus. So now what is expected here from all the students? Whatever video lecture that we will be posting you, whatever links we will be sharing with you people. So what we want here, we want your active participation in Microsoft Teams, whatever video lectures will be delivered online. So we want you people to actively participate, to ask your queries, or to rediscuss the topic if you have not understood it clearly. So if you are facing any difficulty, feel free to contact me.